And Chris McCusker joins us now from the 680 News Business Center. Happy Friday, Chris. Good to see you.
Happy Friday. Nice to see you as well.
Thank you. You've been keeping a close eye on the markets south of the border today.
Yeah, it was sort of an interesting day because we did get a new GDP reading for the second quarter in the U.S., and it came in at a very robust 4.1%. Now, it seems, though, that disappointing earnings kind of overtook investors' sentiment today because all markets in the U.S. were lower. In particular, the NASDAQ, it dropped by 1.5%, so it was down 1.1% on the week. The TSX off by about 0.25%, so it really didn't do much. So on that GDP reading in the U.S., interesting, we get Canadian GDP for May on Tuesday, and one economist tells me that Canada might actually benefit from that economic growth in the U.S., which is our biggest trading partner. Now, as far as U.S. GDP goes going forward, not many really expecting that this will be sustainable. It was a pretty big number, but it could be a one-time thing.
All right, so now some tough times for another social media giant, Twitter. Stock taking quite a tumble today. Yeah,
Twitter was in the spotlight today for all the wrong reasons. The stock down by about 20%, still up by 42% year to date. And unfortunately, Twitter kind of doing the right thing is coming back to haunt them. The company is cracking down on hate, abuse, and online trolls. So it has been banning accounts. And that affected the number of monthly users as part of the earnings report. So the drop in monthly users was about 1 million. That was the biggest monthly drop in 4 years. That data point seemed to overshadow everything because monthly user growth was up by about 3%. And overall, second quarter net income hit $100 million. That's only the third time the company's actually reported a profit. But all of that was kind of overshadowed by a drop in the number of users.
Right. I guess doing the right thing isn't always the profitable thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, another social media giant, Facebook, took a $119 billion hit on the markets yesterday. Now, did that carnage continue today?
A little bit. The stock was down by about 0.7%, but it is about 40 cents shy now of wiping out its gains for 2018. We are also hearing, according to Reuters tonight, that Facebook and CEO Mark Zuckerberg are actually being sued by investors for that 19% drop yesterday, this lawsuit filed in Manhattan. The interesting thing about Facebook, though, some analysts suggesting this might actually be a buying opportunity. Essentially, the stock now on sale. And while there were at least 24 price target cuts overall after this earnings report, most analysts are maintaining their bullish ratings.
Interesting. Okay, Air Canada is reporting strong earnings, but there are also some concerns about rising costs.
That's right, and it's fuel costs we're talking about here. A 31% increase in the price of jet fuel, so helping to offset that, maybe higher fares, and potentially cutting some seat capacity. That's something to watch. We didn't get a lot of details. Revenue up by about 10% compared to last year's second quarter. Adjusted earnings did drop to $114 million. The stock today ended little change.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Chris. Have a great weekend.
You too.